Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year. Welcome back to Cooking Like Gramos. It's Pedro here, and today we've got the most beautiful and arguably the most famous Portuguese soup, which is called Caldo Verde. Caldo Verde is extremely famous. It's from the northern part of Portugal, but it's spread right across the whole country. The islands of Madeira, the Azores, and the whole of the mainland do tend to eat it. You can also find it in Brazil. I know there's big communities of Portuguese people in places like Massachusetts, New Jersey, in the States, and obviously any of the old colonies from Portugal as well will still cook this national dish. I have recently put a poll up on my YouTube channel on the community section. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do check it out. Essentially asking what day you would want me to upload consistently. So I have now committed to every single Tuesday at 6 PM to upload one video on a new dish that I'm going to be cooking. As always, if you've got any suggestions on any dishes that you'd want to see me cook, please comment down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's completely free and it helps me grow my channel and hit a bigger audience. And make sure you do like the video as well, if you enjoy it, of course. On with the video. The ingredients are as follow. We've got some chorizo, 1 whole large white onion, 4 small garlic cloves, we've got 4 medium to large potatoes, and then we've got some collard greens. These are so cheap, but they pack a punch in terms of flavour. About 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm now just going to cut the potatoes. I've peeled them, and I'm just going to cut them roughly. We're going to be blitzing everything, so I'm now simply going to add some water. Now I'm going to add enough water to just cover the potatoes. Now I'm going to add it to a medium heat. We're going to be blitzing all this. I put 4 small cloves. With the onion, I've just removed this part here. That bit, taking the skin off, I'm going to cut it in half. Make sure you be careful when you cut it. And I'm going to cut it in half again. And I just add it in there. This is honestly the easiest soup in the world to do. We're going to give that a good stir. We're going to leave that to cook until the potato is fully cooked. Now I'm going to add a generous pinch of salt. I will taste it again at the end to make sure it's seasoned correctly. I'm also going to add some black pepper. Give that another stir. Honestly, it's the easiest recipe in the world. You fill it up just over with water, you cut the potatoes roughly, you peel them, add them into the water, you do the same thing with the onion, peel it, cut it into quarters, chuck it in there, roughly cut the garlic up and just let that cook for around 10-15 minutes. Keep on checking it with the knife to make sure the potato's cooked. Once it's cooked, we'll blitz it all up. In the meantime, we're going to prepare collard greens as well. Also, with this recipe, it's so cheap to make, it's crazy. I mean, literally, I think the collard greens cost me 50p. I've got tons of it. I will not need to use all of it. The potatoes cost me hardly anything. Garlic costs hardly anything, and neither does an onion. So it's an easy, delicious way to feed 4 or 5 people. And on that, this is why I think simplicity sometimes is the best thing with Portuguese cuisine. Some of our dishes aren't overly complicated, but cooked correctly, they can taste absolutely phenomenal. Hence why they've been traditional meals in our country for several years, and they're cooked all over the world. With these, We're going to give them a good wash. Make sure you do clean them really well with water. Right, with the collard greens, we're going to remove this middle bit here. Up to about there. I'm going to be rolling all this up. So repeat the process with all of them. Just remove this tougher bit in the middle. So now all we're going to simply do is we're going to lay down all these greens on top of one another, like so. And we're going to roll them as tightly as we can. As tightly as we can. Like a cigar. A nice Cuban cigar. Then we're going to simply start cutting them very thin. Like this. And then if you don't want them too long, you can just cut through the middle, cut through the middle, cut through the middle. I don't like mine too stringy. And here we have it. This is exactly what it should look like. Now it's just a case of waiting for the potatoes, the onions, etc. to cook before we add the greens. But quickly I wanted to talk to you about one of my collaborators, Shh Like That. These guys provided me with this clothing here. What I love about Shh Like That is the fact that all of their clothing is 100% organic. It's all produced by renewable energies and it's even shipped as eco-friendly as possible. So make sure you do check them out, and there's a link in the description below. Peace! Cool, so simply, just going to give this a mix quickly, and I'm just going to use a nice sharp knife. I'm going to see if the potato slides off easily, then that is pretty much done. So, time to get this bad boy out. So this is exactly what you want to see, completely blitzed. Make sure you completely blitz everything. We don't want to waste anything at all. And the smell of this already is unbelievable. It literally smells fantastic. So now there's no right or wrong at this stage. This is quite creamy, quite thick. I quite like it a little bit less thick personally. So I'm going to add a little bit more water before I add the cabbage, just to make it a little bit thinner, but as you can see it does taste absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to then taste it in just a second just to make sure that the seasoning's correct, and then we're going to finish it off. I'm just going to add a touch of water. I'm going to keep on mixing. Obviously you don't want it too thin, so be careful adding the amount. That for me is just about right. I'm now going to just taste a little bit. It needs a little bit more salt. Give that a good mix. And now we're simply just going to grab the cabbage and add it in there. I'm now going to give that a good mix. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we give that a good stir. So here we have it, guys. My Caldo Verde. This honestly looks amazing. I'm just gonna go straight in. That is absolutely spot on. Guys, give this a try. It's ultra cheap to do. It's so delicious. And bring a little bit of Portugal to your house. Just look at that. As I reach nearly 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed, to anyone who has watched my videos, commented, liked. It means the absolute world, and thank you so much. This has been a really difficult year for everyone globally, and you know, all I want to do is try and spread positivity and spread what I love doing, which is cooking. So literally, I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If there's one thing that I could get out of this channel, and it's to make you cook or to be inspired to create your own channel, this is always something that I've wanted to do, and it took a lot of time for me to get my head around the editing, the filming, and whilst cooking, etc. But you know, it's the one thing I'm really proud of myself for doing, and you know, you never know where this can take you. And also, just as a reminder, my video is going to be released every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So if you've got any recipes you'd like to see me attempt or try, or a Portuguese recipe that I haven't done so far, please comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.